Oh, the other thing that I can think of is that I've learned you don't have to purchase everything. You can learn how to make do with things because, here you don't have, maybe we didn't have a car at the time, and I think my dad had a car and my mom didn't. I don't remember, but we had to make do. And, if the lights went out, we had to deal with it.
Some candles,
We had candles and we had a fireplace and we had to learn how to cook over a wood stove, so I am not so dependent on modern conveniences. Like when the electricity goes out on Bainbridge Island, people take the ferry to Seattle to go to a hotel until the lights come back.
Right?
Yeah, because they don't know how to deal with being without power. So I'm very grateful that I know how to
That's pretty funny.
to live with the basics, or maybe not the basics. To live without being simple, living a simple life.
You spent a lot of years taking care of this land, didn't you?
I certainly did.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's a second job.
He had to shear the sheep too.
Oh, no
He
kidding.
sheared the sheep
He
too.
taught himself
Yeah.
to shear sheep.
Yeah, he learned how to do it.
Yeah.
And it was always mosquito-y night. I couldn't like to do it with the mosquitoes biting you.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they would pool the wool.
Yeah,
It was called the Concord Wool Pool.
something like that.
Yeah, so they would take the wool and bunch it all up. It was all full of lanolin and
Yeah,
sticks, and it wasn't combed or anything.
that's right.
And ball it all up and bring it to the Concord Wool Pool, and then they made some blankets from it.
We have
Neat.
more blankets
Yes.
still, yeah.
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah.
And you used to do a lot of gardening up in that garden. I remember a whole row of asparagus and lots of vegetables. We would eat 3 vegetables in one night, often when we were growing up. Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
I remember you planted the corn in the row, and then after a while the crow was eating it in succession. We shot the crow and hung him up. And the crows didn't come back near the house for 30 years.
No kidding.
Because one day I realized they're close to the house, and it just hit me. That's strange to have the crows up here. I realized about 30 years ago is when he hung that crow up to keep the others out.
To hear
Normally